Eons ago, when Instagram was first being born in the cyber world of whateverness, there was a rivalry, an epic rivalry born between competitive shooters and tactical shooters. And so the question today is can these two groups of people actually get along? Shane Coley, what do you think? Is it possible? Are we fated to hate each other forever? Folks, rush the door and watch Unbreakable Mind. It's now live on our Warrior Post Society Network app. Download the app, check out the content. Stay tuned after this video. We will show you a bigger sneak peek of the Unbreakable Mind show. And so the question today is can these two groups of people actually get along? Shane Coley, what do you think? Is it possible? Are we fated to hate each other forever?
I don't think we are. I think I actually remember this rivalry beginning when we were at SHOT Show. You came up to me and you brought this whole idea up to me, and you know, I really believe the two can coexist, and I think they should.
Guys, this is Shane Coley. He's the captain of Team Glock, has been for a lot of years. You're a national champion competitive shooter many times over.
Yes, sir.
What else? What am I missing?
Was with the Army Marksmanship Unit for 7 years, was an instructor there, professional shooter there. Now captain of Team Glock, still working partially as an instructor supporting our training department, working in advertising as a desk job, and also running the professional shooting team.
And he's a buddy of ours, guys, so make sure you follow Shane Coley wherever you can find him on Instagram, or where else are you?
Just Instagram, really.
Instagram. See, I told you the whole Instagram backstory. In this video, I wanted to know his setup. How do you get your gun set up, your battle belt, war belt, your competition belt? What do you call it?
Competition belt.
That thing, and then also your backpack. We'll give you some. Hey, can we just show them kind of what you do on the range real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll cut to that. Here, watch Shane do awesome stuff. Here we go. Guys, in a future video, I'm going to get Shane out to the range, and he's going to teach us some cool tricks that'll help us really do well on a competitive shooting course. The entries and exits. How much of a competitive shooting course is planning? It's not just awesome shooting. It's you plan it all out before you go.
I think that's probably a large portion of the game is understanding the stage plans, what's most efficient for you and for your skill set, and then also the movement involved, the entering, the exiting positions, when it's beneficial to shoot on the move, when it's not beneficial to, and then just having an overall ability to execute whatever plan it is that you formulate in your mind.
I know we're looking forward to making this particular video later, but I just want to ask now, how often do you actually stick to the plan you create before you run a stage?
98% of the time.
Wow, that's fantastic.
98% of the
I
time.
feel like there's no chance. I'd have this great plan in my head, and then I'd just completely go off the reservation and invent.
I have to be able to, on the fly, adjust my plan so that I don't have a lot of wasted time.
Got
Whether I can step to another position and shoot another target and then come back, or I can see that target at the end of the stage, but I had planned to shoot it in the middle. I need to be able to know that right then on the fly so I can go ahead and advance and not sit there and just give up wasted seconds.
Copy. Good. That's going to be a real fun video, so make sure you stay tuned into the channel. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Shane, can you walk us through your setup? Let's start with a gun and then go to the belt, or do you want to start with backpack?
We can go to the backpack last. We'll get this stuff on the table here.
I don't care. I just want to know. I want to know about your stuff.
This is a Glock 24. I shoot this in limited division. I have to shoot a 40 based off division requirements. A 40 is the smallest caliber we're allowed to use in limited. I choose the 24 because it's a longer barrel, longer slide, and I get a longer sight radius. I like the extra weight. It's basically almost a stock gun, believe it or not. I hear all the time that I change every part. Nothing in this thing is a Glock, but in reality, it is. This is a stock Glock slide. It's just got front serrations cut in from Agency Arms. It's a stock Glock barrel. It's a stock recoil operating system in there. I added the SJC weight to the frame. The weight, I believe, is about 6 ounces. All it does is reduce felt recoil at the front end of the gun. adds a little bit of weight out there, which I think softens up the recoil, makes it a little bit more comfortable to shoot. And then I have an Agency Arms mag wheel on the bottom that I've been working on with them. And then a polished trigger, basically. It's the only thing I have to this gun, along with the grip stippling.
Fantastic. I noticed the trigger's pretty light too. I presented right before we started chatting in here, and I immediately pulled through and shot. And then I did it again and pulled the trigger. And so it doesn't have that, like in a defensive trigger, that pre-travel point. There it was. That was an accident.
Did it again.
And that's not something that ever happens to me with a normal gun. So it's definitely, this is a competitor's gun. And yeah, what about your sights? I noticed real tall, real skinny, fiber optic, green, complete blacked out on the rear.
Yep. So the rear sight is a Ken sight adjustable rear. It's obviously milled into the back of the slide. And the front sight is a Dawson precision fiber optic front. The front sight width, I believe, is a 90, and the rear sight width is a 0.105. So it's a very thin sight. It's 0.265 tall. I like the presentation that it gives. You know, I've used green fiber optic, I've used red fiber optic over the course of X amount of years that I've been shooting, and green has just always stuck out to me more. I've always liked the way the green looks in overcast days and sunny days, out west where, you know, the sun is super bright off the rocks, and even on the East Coast where everything's very green. I've always liked the presentation that it offers. So I've used green fiber optic for probably the last 6-7 years.
Sounds good. Is there any must-have upgrades for a gun for someone wanting to get into competitive shooting? Or is it just Indian, not the era, bro? Get to work and worry about upgrades later.
I like to say, worry about the upgrades later and get into the sport itself and start to understand the sport. But as far as upgrades go, sights are always a good option to change. You can go with your fiber optic sights, or if you prefer all black sights, you can always go that route as well. And then a trigger, anything to lighten up the trigger to ease up the trigger weight itself. It's always going to be beneficial to you when it comes to competition shooting.
Fantastic. Just as a service for you guys, because we're going to get about 10,000 comments in this video saying what trigger, what sights, what belt, what mag holsters. We're going to put links down below for you, so make sure you check down below in the video description. All right, we got gun. Let's look at this thing, man.
So this is my competition belt. This is all Double Alpha Academy. This is Double Alpha Academy inner belt and outer belt, holster, and mag pouches. With this setup here with the mag pouches, we have the retention here on the back side, so the pressure itself is front to back on the mag as opposed to side to side like previous generation mag pouches have been. I feel like it gives a more consistent and equal pressure throughout the mag body, so the pull itself out of the magazine or the mag holder is more consistent. And then I've also got a magnet on the very front of this that I use for certain table starts. So sometimes we'll have a start on the table with an unloaded pistol, all mags on the table, and it's a 30-round course. Obviously, I can't do that in one mag, so I'm going to need a reload mag to put on my belt somewhere. So instead of trying to fight this small little hole here with the magazine or the mag holder and putting a magazine back in there, I can just slap it on the front of the magnet.
Got it.
And I think it's called an earth magnet. They're super strong. Basically will hook to anything. The holster itself is just basically attaches to the trigger guard, and the locking mechanism is here on the back side. So you just slide that bad boy right in there, and now we are seated.
That's it. All
That's
right.
it.
I've never used one of these before.
Yep. And then if you want to lock it, you just pull this little lever right there down. Just put that down, and now the pistol is locked inside the holster.
Got it. Okay. And so that's just a pull to the feet.
Yep. That's it.
Holy cow, I feel so fast.
And again, this is strictly for competition, obviously, but it's super, super fast. One thing I love about this holster is the positive lock that it has. You know, with some other, I've used other holsters out there that have simply had just a retention, basically, so you can still pull through the locking mechanism. With this one, I can't do that.
Got it.
Where's John? Is he gonna be part of the ad? Because Sportsman's Guide, I want it to be to like the Jingle Bell song. Sportsman's Guide, Sportsman's Guide, sportsmansguide.com. Yeah. Oh, what fun it is to save when you use code WARPOET. Dashing through the woods in a surplus green fatigues. Yeah. O'er the fields we go. Camping in the trees, I'm gonna get in a wreck. Hunting stuff is cool, so save on scopes and sights. Oh, what fun it is to use code War Poet tonight. Yeah, Evan sings the War Poet song, so we all save some cash. Bam! Is that good?
Let's try it one more time.
Okay.
And on here, get into, got my eyes.
Here you go. I'll be your bag holder so that I don't feel so worthless.
So one thing I started doing many, many moons ago, because I'm kind of OCD and I like everything to stay super organized inside my shooting bag, is I started taking these tackle boxes. And this is where I would begin to store all of my magazines. I've got another one in here that's got all of my extra parts, extra tools.
Super clever.
Got everything here labeled. I know which mag's my starter, which is my reload, which is my backup. These mags don't ever get used, so if one of these goes down, I always keep a Sharpie in my bag so I can mark it and pull out a new one.
Did someone help you number these, or can you do that on your own?
Well, I went to school many years ago that taught me how to write.
That's such a prick thing to say.
So,
I just wanted to.
No, my mom taught me how to write
It's fantastic.
when I was a kid. So yeah, so I keep all my mags in here, and then if you want to check the magnet over there, if we can still see it.
Yeah.
See here.
You sly dog. Look at that.
And it just hangs out there.
Brilliant. That's awesome.
So it's only used for a specific purpose, obviously, with just the unloaded starts, but it's definitely a must-have if you're shooting in a high-capacity division, like I said, limited division or open or something like that. So these Pila Performance Eyewear is the current eyewear that I'm using. It is a very large lens, but there's also a super high def lens. So far, they have been some of my favorite glasses to use.
Ooh, yeah. That's nice.
I'm not the biggest fan of how they fit, but
Yeah, I feel like they would.
they do fall off a lot. But with the
off.
prongs in the back, I can tuck them under my hat, and then obviously wearing those with Ear Pro,
Yeah, with a hat and Ear Pro, this wouldn't move around.
they don't move at all.
Yep.
But when you get outside and actually see them in the sun, so that lens there is more. I wear it out west more with the sunshine off the rocks. I feel like it defeats the reflection. Is that the right word to use there? Reflection off the rocks.
I queued off defeat, and I immediately liked it because it sounded aggressive.
I use that out west more. Then this is my lens I use more for overcast days and East Coast shooting because everything is greener on this side.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Brilliant.
And then we have, can't go anywhere without a mag brush. Whether you're a tactical shooter or a competition shooter, you always got to keep clean mags. Reliability, right?
Yes.
Do you have one of these?
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe. I clean my mags like semi-annually. It's the wrong answer, but
It takes 5 minutes.
all right, so mag brush, fantastic.
Got the mag brush. Then can't forget all of spare parts, extra tools, everything you might need in here.
Now, right now, Glock haters are being like, what about Glock perfection? Why would you ever need extra whatever? What do you say to those guys?
Well, never hurts to have extra parts. I don't know when something that happens at the range and I got to help somebody out with a broken part or a broken gun. I got extra back springs, extra followers. I got my Allen wrenches, everything here. I got my bore brush. I got extra springs, my gun oil, my Loctite for my sights, my brushes, my pliers, my dental picks, small screwdrivers, extra parts, everything one might could think of they might need at some point in their life. I've probably got in here somewhere.
It's awesome, man. Real well thought through.
That is about the extent of everything that I use.
You got any candy in here, anything? What do you...
No, I used to keep
What else you got in
some
there?
Reese's in this front pocket, but as you can see, it's all been eaten.
I'm just going through your stuff.
Yeah, that's just Pro Grip that,
Do you use this? This is the sticky tack stuff.
this is, yeah, the sticky stuff.
I get the dirt and do it all Maximus Gladiator style. True
That's
story.
usually what I do a lot, but this stuff helps a lot. I feel like this is something that's overlooked a lot in shooting. You put a little bit of that stuff on your hand, and your gun's not going to move at all.
I'm going for it right now.
You let it dry out and grip the gun,
Cool.
or anything really.
Not sticky or tacky. This is Pro Grip Enhancer.
Pro Grip.
Fantastic.
Can't
There
beat
we
Pro Grip. Put the grip on, you become a pro.
go. I'm sold. That's fantastic. Anything else?
That's all?
Hardware-wise?
No, I believe that's it.
That's pretty fantastic.
My kit's pretty minimal. I only carry the necessities, things that I feel like I need or have used in previous competitions before. I don't like huge bulky bags. I don't like carrying a ton of stuff, so I keep everything pretty simple.
So folks that are watching and they're seeing your setup, a lot can be said about what you have, but probably even more about what you don't have. And so there's probably just 1,000 things people could go get. So what are some things like they're about to dump a bunch of money on this, or this, and you want to spare them going down that road? Is there anything?
Yeah, I think just keep it to the necessities. If it's not something you've ever used before, or if it's parts to a different gun or different mags for a completely different division, don't bring it. If you're not going to need it for that day, then don't bring it. I mean, I have all of these. I have a handful of different of these tackle boxes set up, but I have them set up division specific. So if I'm shooting limited, this is my limited kit, loadout. I go in my safe, I grab my stuff, throw it in my bag, I'm ready to go. As soon as I come to change to production or carry optics or whatever gun I'm going to, I can swap these two pieces here out, have my mags, have my tools, I'm done.
Cool. Be a good ambassador for competitive shooting. Why should people do competitive shooting?
It increases your ability to handle a firearm under pressure like nothing else I've been able to find. I feel like you're only getting the level of pressure that you need based off force on force, which not everyone can do on a regular basis. It's kind of a select training that is offered by certain people, and not everyone has the access to that like they have with competition shooting. But with competitive shooting, you have fundamentals of shooting, fundamentals of gun handling, movement, the applied pressure that happens as soon as the buzzer goes off. You have just the mental stress of planning stages and trying to compete at any level. Not that I'm saying competition shooting is harder in any way. It allows you to use your skills and build your skills under pressure that I can't see as not being beneficial in any capacity.
Right, and it's fun too, right?
Absolutely, it's fun.
Cool.
I mean, I've been doing competition shooting this is my 17th year. I've made some of my best friends in the world competing. I get to hang out with my family when I go compete. I have tons of friends that I see once or twice, a couple times a year that I met through competition shooting.
Who is your nemesis in the competitive shooting world?
Oh, that's a good question. My nemesis.
So you got to throw shade at him right now. I want you to look at the camera and talk some trash to that person right now.
Probably be JJ Rakaza.
Oh, he's the worst.
That guy, he gets on social media and he pretends like he's in really good shape and
everything
works out
he
all
does
the time.
is CG anyway.
It's all fake.
It's all fake. JJ Rakaza.
He edits all of his videos every time he shoots. Oh my God, don't even get me started.
That guy hadn't shot in years.
He never shoots.
I love knowing 1,000 people are going to send him this.
Oh my God.
And I don't care, JJ. So true story about JJ Rakaza. I was teaching at Pro Gun Club out in Vegas. I just finished a class. JJ, I'd hung out with earlier that day. He was on a different range. It was really dark out, just sun plummeted that night. And we had a bunch of headlights facing toward me. So you couldn't really see well. And I saw this figure come up. Big tactical fail on my part. And he comes right up on me and he goes, boop. And he booped me, bro. And he told me that I rage monstered out. Like I really didn't like that, But anyway, he booped me. And
you got booped by JJ.
I got booped by JJ. And
did he take your man card after that?
So yeah, man, it was really, it took my power. He took my manhood. It's terrible. So I'm glad that he's your nemesis. I will join you on any adversarial plots to overthrow said JJ Rakaza. You got a wingman. So what's next for you? You got any competitions coming up? Anything major?
Right now, we are done for the 2020 shooting season. We'll start back up, I believe, February with the Florida Open down in just outside of Orlando in Frostproof. Next year is going to be a big year with World Shoot, being in Thailand. It's in November, I believe, end of November, 1st of December. So all of next year, everything is going to be focused solely on World Shoot, from physical fitness to diet plans, nutrition to training. Everything will be solely focused on World Shoot. It's going to be a huge year, and I'm really excited.
Guys, thanks so much for tuning in to this video. Make sure you follow Shane Coley. He's an awesome human being and an even better shooter.
Thank you for the compliments.
Let me try that close again. Guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you're subscribed and you toggle notifications bell to all so that when I get back with Shane and we get out on the range and you're teaching us how to do some of your awesome competitive shooter feng shui things, you guys won't miss it. Do you have any special sign-off you say? I'm always like, stay classy, San Diego.
Just thanks for watching.
Weak.
Thanks for
lame. Weak.
Thanks for caring about what I have to say.
Train hard, train smart. We'll see you next time.
Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop.
I was just battling so many emotions. I was angry.
I didn't have any time to prepare for it.
Come on. Come on. Come on. You make the rules. The only person that decides what you do is you.
I am so ready to go.
Nothing you can't do. Don't ever second guess yourself. They were hating life. It was perfect.
And honestly, all I wanted to tell him was like, I'm done with this.
Now we're gonna turn it up quite a bit.
It's shattered the glass ceiling of what he is willing to do to push us to our limits.